And after his first state visit to the US, Indian Prime Minister Modi has now embarked on his first state visit to Egypt. This will be the first bilateral visit by an Indian Prime Minister to the North African nation since 1997. Prime Minister Modi's two-day visit to Egypt comes at the invitation of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi. The visit indicates strengthening of India-Egypt ties. Earlier, Egyptian President el-Sisi visited India as the chief guest on the Republic Day of India in January. India has also invited Egypt as a special guest during its G20 presidency. During Prime Minister Modi's visit, the two sides are expected to put in place arrangements to ramp up cooperation in areas ranging from security to trade and investment. Prime Minister Modi will hold talks with Egyptian President el-Sisi and will also hold deliberations with the India Unit, a group of high-level ministers constituted by the Egyptian president to boost relations with India. He will also meet Grand Mufti of Egypt, Sheikh Ibrahim Abdel Karim Alam, who was on a visit to India last month, and will also interact with Egyptian thought leaders. Prime Minister Modi will be visiting some symbolic Egyptian sites on the second day of his visit. He will visit the 11th century Al-Hakim Mosque in Cairo, which was restored with the help of the Dawoodi Bohra community and was recently reopened. The community has around 500,000 members in India. Prime Minister will also go to Heliopolis War Cemetery to pay tributes to the Indian soldiers who made the supreme sacrifice for Egypt during the First World War. For more on this, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibil sent us this report.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after conclusion of his US visit, travels to Egypt. We know that in Egypt, a lot of things are lined up, whether it is going to a famous mosque that has been renovated by Bohra community, or whether it is meeting the Grand Mufti of Egypt and of course thought leaders, the Indian diaspora, and paying homage to the Indian soldiers who played a key role in World War I and II. But the big focus remains on the Prime Minister's conversation with the Egyptian President al-Sisi. Earlier this year, al-Sisi had arrived in Delhi for the Republic Day parade, and he was given the honor of being the chief guest, and now it looks like this is a reciprocal visit, a visit that will focus on the elevation of relationship between Egypt and India to strategic partnership, something that was announced, but this was not ratified so far, and focus also on defense. We know that the Egyptian side is keen on getting LCA pages from India, and also on education. The Egyptian side is also keen on getting the campuses of IITs as well. India is known for a country who can provide good low-cost education. So a lot of things on the anvil during this important mega visit of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Egypt. Siddhant Sibil for WION in Washington, D.C.